We're going to look at a very critical subject, very impactful subject in this month of wisdom that is producing high favor and great grace. And the subject is family wisdom. Give the Lord a bigger shout of praise. Family wisdom. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 1. It said, wisdom has builded her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. So wisdom builds houses, it builds homes. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 1. It said, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. This morning we have just 2 objectives. The first is, what does it take to have a working, functional, successful family? What does it take to have a working, functional, successful family? And second, we shall be looking at the roles of the people in the family. What does it take? And the next is the practical wisdom necessary. The first thing I want to deal with is, why is it necessary for us to deal with family wisdom? Why is the family necessary? I will be saying many things, but I will just 6 things, but I'll just mention one for the sake of time. Time is so far gone. The first reason why the family is such a necessity is that the family is the building block of society. The family is the building block of society. So family quality determines societal quality. The family is the building block of society. So just like cells makes up the tissues and tissues make up organs, families make up nations. Family quality determines societal quality, and family values determines societal values. That is why the breakdown in family values equals the breakdown in societal value. The breakdown in family value. Most of the societies and nations we have on the earth today, where you have a total breakdown in values, men struggling to marry men, women struggling to marry women, and so forth, it started from degeneration in the family. If the family fails today, the future has failed. Take your seat. So it is very, very critical that we study the family. And so I am going to look at it in 3 dimensions. The first is wisdom for the man. And the second is wisdom for the woman. And the third is wisdom for children upbringing. Wisdom for the man, wisdom for the woman, and then wisdom for children upbringing. There are 6 wisdom counsels for the man, and I'm going to enumerate all of them and then deal with number 1. The same with the woman and the same with children upbringing. Number 1, wisdom for the man. 1, take your place as the priest of the home. The man must be ahead spiritually. Man, take your place as the priest of the home. If that family would have a future, the man must be ahead spiritually. Number 2, take your place as the protector not just as protector, in bracket, defender of your family. Take your place as protector, bracket, defender of your family. Under the watch of the man, the wife and children must feel secure. I'll deal with that extensively in the second service. Third, take your place as provider for your family. Talking to the man. As provider for your family. Under your watch, your family must never be allowed to starve or be stranded. Take your place as provider for your family. Number 4, wisdom for the man. Give your wife the assurance of your love continually. The assurance of your love continually. I have discovered that one of the best things any man can do for his children is to love their mother in their presence, love their mother to their knowledge. One of the greatest gifts, and I will deal with this extensively in the fourth service. You only provoke the hatred of your children if you hate their mother. I remember the story of a young man who ran away from River State to meet his mother here. I saw him recently. He ran away. His father drove away his mother because his father's mother told the father that his wife was a witch or was against him. So the father drove away the mother and kept the boy. After a while, the boy began to feel for his mother and decided to run away and meet his mother here. Before he ran, he told the father, he said, "You like your mother and you want me to hate my mother. Is it possible?" He was only 12 years old. You like your mother enough to listen to your mother, to make your mother make you to drive my mother, and you want me to hate my own mother. A 12-year-old boy, he told him, "Father," he said, "is it possible?" Take your seat. I deal with that in the fourth service. Give your wife the assurance of your love continually. Number 5, bring out the best in your spouse. Add value to the life of your wife. Don't devalue somebody because you married them. Number 6, be a role model for your children. Be the model man for your sons and your daughters. We'll deal with that in 6th service. Be a role model for your children. Wisdom for the man. Wisdom for the woman. I'm going to rush into that. And the things I'm going to be saying are going to be so intense that I'll really like you to pick all the messages of the 6 services. Woman, wisdom for the woman. Number 1, take your place as helpmeet and support for his life. That's your husband's life. Take your place as helpmeet and support for his life. Wisdom for the woman, number 2. In case you say, but I'm not yet married, carry it in your ammunition, arsenal, and use it when you are. It's better to be prepared before opportunity than to have opportunity without preparation. It ends in frustration. Number 2, decide and determine to respect and submit to his authority. Decide and determine to submit and to respect and submit to his authority. Never marry a man you can't respect. That is signature for frustration. Don't let any desperation make you marry somebody you cannot truly respect. Number 3, be interested in his life's vision and passion. Your husband's life's vision and passion, be interested in it. Men are goal-oriented. Women are relational. You want to get out of the best out of a man, be interested in his goals. Number 4, pay attention to his needs and challenges. Let me, needs and challenges. I'll deal with that again, like I said, in the fourth service. Number 5, be a role model for your children. Woman as well. Your son should be able to say, oh God, give me a wife like mother. Be a role model for your children. And number 5, 6, celebrate and appreciate his effort and positive acts. Your husband's effort and positive acts. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Never come to the point where you are living with each other without celebration. Celebrate him. Celebrate his acts. He did well. Comment on it. Finally, wisdom for children upbringing. Are you ready for this? Number 1, this is to both men and women. Never delegate your children's upbringing to others. Do it yourself. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a house help or you shouldn't have people that assist you, but never delegate it. The raising of children is a non-delegatable responsibility. Non-delegatable. Never delegate your children's upbringing to others. Do it yourself. Number 2, strategically hand to your children through instructions the principles, lessons, and insights that make you. Again, strategically hand to your children through instructions the principles, the lessons, and the insights that make you. What is it that is the reason for where you are now? What lessons have you learned on the journey of life? Hand them to your children. Can I go on? Number 3, give your children your wisdom before you give them your wealth. Giving them money without wisdom make them rich fools. Give your children your wisdom before you give them your wealth. Number 4, never use negative words on your children. They turn out accordingly. No matter how angry. Look at you, prostitute. Look at you, thief. You will never amount to anything. You are ruining them. And I'll talk about that extensively in the fourth service. Number 5, maintain a healthy balance between correction and affirmation. A balance, correction and affirmation. You correct them, you affirm them. A healthy balance between correction and commendation. If you correct alone and don't commend, you are weak, you are wicked. If you commend and don't correct, you are weak. So there are weak parents and wicked looking parents in the eyes of the children. No matter what the child does, it will never say you did well. Only trying to notice when the child went wrong. You only generate stubbornness inside them. Like the child that told his father, Daddy, you said I should sit down, I am sitting down, but in my heart I'm standing up. Finally, be involved in their life's choices. Choice of friends, choice of TV programs. Be involved in their life's choices. So that under your nose, you don't allow inputs that destroy their destiny. God spoke to anybody here, say amen. So I am going to deal with 1, 1, 1, 1. The first of each of the points. I'm going to deal with them. And the first thing that I said concerning the wisdom for the man is what? Take your place as the priest of the home. Hear this. The man is designed to take the lead spiritually. The man is designed by God to be the priest of the house. To be the spiritual head of the house. Head in every way, including spiritual. And let me give you 3 reasons why this is critical. 1a. Your authority is respected and recognized by those under you. If the authority of the one above you is respected and recognized by you. Say that again. The one capital letter O. Your authority is recognized and respected by those under you. Wife and children. If the authority of the one above you, capital letter O, that Almighty God, if the authority of the one above you is respected and recognized by you. My wife said one time, she said, it is easy for your wife to greet you very well if she sees you greeting God very well. It's easy for your wife to respect you very well if she sees your respect for God. Secondly, the closer your relationship with God, the better your personality gets. For the man, it must be understood, in fact for everybody, the closer your relationship with God, the better your personality gets. The closer you get to God, the more loving and understanding you become. To be a loving man and an understanding man in front of your wife and children, it is a product of closeness to God. Thirdly, until you take your place, you never find your peace. If anybody is looking for peace in life, you must first find your place. And that place is your place of leadership as a man. Peace is a product of purpose. Until you align yourself with the purpose of God, you never find your peace in life. It is a shame for a woman to be begging husband to go to church. It's an abomination of creative agenda. It's a shame for children and wife to be fasting and husband is on full stomach permanently. You know, there are those who think that it is smartness. Oh, my wife is the spiritual type. Oh, she's the one that always does the prayer for me. In fact, me, I can relax because my wife is always praying for me. What a sure utterance. What an abnegation of responsibility. You become the wife then. Say, my wife I've heard it from too many men. Oh, my wife is the one that is a holy type, is a spiritual type. Me, I take my own easy. What kind of man is that? I am the one pushing my wife and pushing my family. I gave them a law recently, 1 hour tonguing throughout the holiday. Minimum. Are you following what I'm saying here today? The man is the priest of the house. Take your seat. And so that is very, very critical. And I jumped that to the wisdom for the woman. And that is, the first wisdom we said is take your place as helpmeet or support for your husband's life. I like to make it clear according to scripture in Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. God said, and the Lord said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. A major assignment of the woman in the life of the man is to exist as a helpmeet, a succor, a support in the life of the man. And these are 3 levels I want to place it for the woman. Number 1A for the woman. Identify vacuums in your husband's life and fill them. The woman is to exist as a vacuum filler, a gap filler, a completer stroke complementer. No matter how strong, intelligent, anointed a man is, there will be vacuums in his life that he would need to fill. Maybe you need to handle his money for him. Maybe you need to handle his schedule and office assignment or something for him. But You must identify the gaps, the vacuums in his life and fill them. Identify his areas of inadequacy, areas where he needs help, and fill them. Second, B, surround the man. Spiritually, emotionally, and otherwise. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 22, he said, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. The meaning of that is surround him. Surround the man. Deliver him from vulnerability. Vulnerability to danger. There are times that God will make the woman to sense from afar what the man has not sensed. There is a person the man is thinking is his friend, and the woman has already perceived that this is an enemy. If this one is a friend, then you don't need a devil. Protect him from vulnerability. We have noticed that strong, powerful men are an endangered species. Have you ever heard the word endangered species? Strong men, audacious men, visionary men, purposeful men. Several things are after them. Surround him. Surround him from strangers and strange influences and strange women. Surround him. Thirdly, decongest his life. I will make a help meet for him. Decongest his life. Dissipate his pressure. There are women that have no input to their husband's life whatsoever. Every time, children's school fees, market money, I need this, I need that. There is not anything positive they have added to that man since they married. It's an abomination. Life is a seed. What you sow, you reap. Look for pressures in that man's life and decongest it. Decongest his life. Dissipate his pressure. It will bring out harmony. And I go to the wisdom for children upbringing, which is final. Never delegate your children's upbringing to others. Do it yourself. The reason why this point is very necessary is that we live in days where parents are getting too busy for children. Is God speaking to someone here? Parents are getting too busy for children. We live in days where children hardly know their parents, and where parents hardly know their children. I'm saying you don't know that is John, but do you really know him? Do you know him? Children are spending more time with aunties and uncles in schools by far more than parents. At a time in Lagos, because of heavy traffic, parents have to wake up by 4 a.m. to be on their way to the island before the children wake up. And they return back because of traffic around 10 or 7 or 9 in the night when the children have slept. So they all grew up in the same house. And he has not really known his father for 10 years. And he just goes like that. The outcome of that is very disastrous. Other people are helping to raise the children. Nannies. And giving the children their own principles. Classroom teacher that may be in the occult. Is God speaking to anybody here at all? It's a non-delegatable responsibility. Nannies, classroom teachers, even other children in the neighborhood are teaching children, are raising your children. Cartoon Network or certain cartoons, some of them have become so demonic. I've seen the eyeballs of some of these cartoons and looked through, and I saw how disastrous some of the cartoons are. And they are raising children. And there are children cartoon now where boyfriend and girlfriend is inside. Letting them know that it's normal. Are you following what I'm saying here today? And I'd like you to take note of 3 things concerning the raising of children. Number 1, to delegate your children's upbringing to others is to leave them at the mercy of the values and principles of others. To delegate your children's upbringing to others is to leave them at the mercy of the values and principles of others. And that could be destructive. When you leave your children's upbringing to other people, they will take up the values and the principles of those other people. Secondly, if you don't accept the responsibility today, they end as liabilities tomorrow. If you don't accept the responsibility of raising them today, they end as liabilities tomorrow. That is trouble in the neck. And thirdly, God will not hold anybody but you responsible for the outcome of your children in time and eternity. God will not hold anybody but you responsible for the outcome of your children in time and eternity. He won't hold the teacher responsible. He won't hold the nanny you are paying the money to raise them. He won't hold those ones responsible. It is you in time and eternity. And when I come, I believe it's in the last service when I'll talk about the choices. And even what they have to watch, you have to find out, because it is raising them. I heard the story of a small boy, I don't know how old, maybe 10 or 11, and he killed his junior brother with a knife. Just killed him. I think it was South America. And he was asked, said, what happened? They couldn't believe that such a little boy had such tendencies. And he said he was watching one of those cartoon, one of those things, and one of those characters spoke to him to do it. So while watching, the demon inside spoke, and he believed the character so much that he went and carried out that danger. You will not fail. I speak wisdom for men, and I speak wisdom for women, and I speak wisdom for the upbringing of children, in Jesus' name.